Let's visit about how to use tags in your social selling activities. Tags are used to manage your accounts, the businesses that you want to work with, and leads, the people who work there as well. The same tag system is used for both. First is usually to figure out what you want to track with tags. The most common things, and things that are related to CRM systems that we understand so well, are deal stages. Attributes, a large company, are they a manufacturing firm, things of such nature. Now, managing with more than 10 or 15 tags is a little bit difficult for a variety of reasons. Try to keep it within that range if you want to use them effectively. And there's a naming convention for them. Now, you'll be tracking and managing some activity over here in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You'll be doing some things over in a CRM system as well. You might try to have a common naming convention so it's easier to match things up. In some cases, you'll be able to automate some things. You push here and something happens over there, but don't count on that. That's at a pretty much a minimum. Count on being able to make it easy because you got the same name, stage 2 deal over here, as you do over here, stage 2 deal. Looking a little deeper at what to track with tags. So the deal stages start at the very early stage where you don't even know somebody, perhaps. They've just been identified. And then they move into the, I've contacted them, and a little bit further, a little bit further. Those are good to have in a sequence with a naming system that puts them one after another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those sorts of things. When you do attributes, on the other hand, you might manage those as well together using perhaps alpha, like a small company manufacturing, electronics, computer, software. Those sort of attributes are good to group together as well. Now, you might have sources that come from campaigns, like you're reaching out to people out on LinkedIn, but sources could come as well from a call that comes in, or it's from an email marketing campaign. The source is a really good reason to put a tag this way or that way, so you can filter on those and say, hey, what's the next step in that sequence? Our clients find it really effective to use tags in managing the communication cycle. Have I sent out the January this? Have they gotten the response to that? To know that you've sent something already so you don't send it again, or you know what to send next and when. Those communication milestones are easy to manage with tags. The naming convention for tags is really very sophisticated. The special characters show up at the very top. So your stars and your asterisks and dashes and all. If you want something to be seen really easy, start it with a special character. Next, you get into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 sequence. And that's really good for something like deal stages. So if something goes from here to here to here, it doesn't go jump around or so, that's really good to use the numbers for. And then down at the bottom is where you might have attributes and things of such nature, where you're keeping track of who fits into what bucket, for example, who's gotten what form of communications, for example. The tagging system allows you to rename things so that you can play around with it a little bit. You can change your mind, but if you go to delete a tag, beware. You might be deleting something that you really don't want to. And fortunately, they'll tell you when you're deleting a tag that if it affects somebody or not. This will affect 91 people. Unfortunately, it won't tell you who the 91 are in that situation. You got to look elsewhere. So just beware whenever it says, are you sure? Okay, because usually you're not. So creating the tag is really easy. You have to save somebody as a lead first. So that's the first step always, as we learn in the program. But the creation part is just a matter of clicking on add a tag. And you can either use a tag that's already there. You can add that tag to this person, or you can add a brand new tag and put the naming convention sort of information in that we talked about, remembering that you can always change it a little bit later. Well, first you save them as a lead, and then you can tag them. And saving someone as a lead turns the grayed out area into a less grayed out area, you could say, on the right, so you can actually add the tag. And upon clicking on the add tag here, you can see the kind of drip down messages here, the kind of sequence here that's being used for tags in this sequence. first this message, then this one, then this one in a sequence. You can see when someone's, for example, responded on LinkedIn when a discovery meeting has been held. So there's one actual example of a tagging system used by a B2B client of ours, and how you would initiate tags there. Save it as a lead. You can see the tags on the right. Click and look for the drop-down list that you have already created. Now, adding tags is one thing, but you really want to be able to filter on those tags to essentially get a subset of the folks that you have. So if I have 529 results, I might click on a tag and find out 47 of them, of the subset that fit that. And then I can take the appropriate action to message or communicate or phone or do whatever I need to move them to the next cycle in the sales. So in this case, you can see there's 19 people from all of that list that are okay to send to. They're existing connections. These are tier 1 connections in this case. And it's okay to send them this next message. So these folks are queued up to get the next call to action message, perhaps.